Hollywood were interested in making a film about the story of my real life, or what had happened, transpired in my epic journey. And Los Angeles, I was supposed to meet some directors and producers, but I got called back to India. New York also has some people very much interested in making a film about my story of my life. I was regularly flying to America from London every 6 weeks when I was doing postgraduate in implant surgery and bone grafting. For almost 2 years I did that, and then destiny brought me back to India. It all came across via a temple for God, what changed my life completely. So after, you know how the Hollywood makes the film with the tri-summit storytelling, the classic story revolves around this format, which I learned. And then I realized, they said, well, if you get the script made, we can put it in front of the producers in Hollywood. There are a lot of people who might be interested in your film, in your story, in making a film. And then I said, well, who's going to make the script? I thought long and hard about it. Well, I'm the best director of my life. I'm the only one who knows what had transpired in my life. So how can a third person give me a script which would satisfy what I had been through? Anyway, to cut it short, I didn't have a clue how to make a script. I didn't know how to make a script. But, like anything in life, one can always learn. So I delved into script writing, how to write a script. And I made a plan, and I mapped out the entire film and then made it out 2 hours, 20 minutes film. Not the 3 hours, which normally Indian Bollywood films tend to go for. 2 hours, 20 minutes was enough, and just right, nothing longer than that. And then I wrote many scenes. I said, what shall I start with? I watched the most beautiful scene of that. And then after a while writing these scenes, I got absolutely bored. I just didn't have the impetus to continue further. The creativity has to flow in me. I am that sort of guy. It flows, then it flows, and it flows. In this case, I found it stopped. And then what happened was, I thought long and hard about some of the points which I had raised in the story, and I found I could make at least 6 different Hollywood films on the story of my life. 6 different ones completely. And then I thought long and hard about it. I said, which one shall I pursue? And based on one which really appealed to me, which would have the greatest benefit to mankind, was story from darkness to light. From darkness to light. That would make a beautiful film. The mystery about light, mystery about life, mystery about origin of life, and the mystery about how to awaken that in every human being. This I learned after COVID. The knowledge I got was before COVID, after I had endured, suffered, when there was no vaccine available. But I wrote about it afterwards. And then I got on to the plot. Look, the thing which excites me is the scientific knowledge, scientific discoveries which Creator has given me. And really what I want to do is make documentaries. I'm very much passionate about making scientific documentaries like the BBC documentaries. And I really want to make some good scientific documentaries that would appeal to me. So there's at least 6 other further scientific documentaries I can make. So 6 films I can make are different, but 6 scientific documentaries I can make are different as well. I have all the knowledge, I have all the slides, and then I got bored with that, left that as it was. I said some other day. And then AI came along, artificial intelligence, and I said, well, let me delve into that, making a video on that. So then I started making more videos, and I find even now don't have that feel which I want in my films. AI doesn't give that film, but there was missing. And so that's where the current situation is. Until I decide to complete the scripts, I am not going to allow just purely an AI to make an artificial film about my real life and cheat people. No. There is something special about going to a cinema and watching the film live. You can't replace that. I am authentic, and I like the film to be authentic. The real me. not artificial, not glossed up, not tarted up. to give a completely different impression. Authenticity is very important in human being. The real me, the dynamic me, the living me, the live me, the loving me. All these things you can only, I feel at the moment, can have it in a real life film, not an AI film. I could be wrong. I'm prepared to admit that. I will change if I think AI can produce a real life, authentic film of my life. I'd be happy to do that. Now I'm learning, I would say, the art and the craft of making a film on AI. But I'm not in favor of that, I'll be honest with you. I am the richest man on earth. Think about it. I'm the richest man on earth. I found Creator Almighty of a universe. And also I found God. This forms my two important Gita, or two different books. The Creator's Gita, I've valued it at $5 billion. And the God's Gita, I valued at $3 billion. So you can see the value for me for a Hollywood film is going to be very much high. I'm not cheap. I have highest aspirations in life. And those highest aspirations have a value for humanity. Don't forget, I was sharing this beautiful knowledge of Creator and God for 16 years, free of charge. Free of charge. I didn't charge anybody any monies. I didn't earn any money on those books. I never promoted those books. Because to me, I was on a mission. It was an almost mission impossible, which I made it possible. That is a value to it. There's only one Krishna. There's only one Krishna who did everything on earth for Creator and God, and nothing for himself.